Hi everybody, Preston Johnson here with the American Masters Bowling Tour. We have just concluded our kickoff event here at Astro Lanes in Madison Heights, Michigan. And I'm proud to present our Scratch Division champion, Mr. Abed Daher. Abed, outstanding bowling today. We haven't seen Abed in a while. I'm not sure what he's been doing. According to his profession, he's bowling. So, and I know we're Facebook friends, and so I see you always at tournaments and another tournament and another tournament. So, you've been a member of the American Masters for about 2 years, and this is your second time winning. And you've always come really close, but not quite there. So it looks like all that practice you've been getting at all these tournaments is paying off. So tell me about today. How did today go for you?
Alright, started off slow first game, and then I grinded all day. Every game I had between 220 and 2-0. And I snuck in the cut. The scores got real high at the last game.
Now you came in, you were fifth high qualifier?
Yeah,
okay.
I barely made it by like 5 pins. I beat Mason by using 7.
Yeah, we had a great turnout in the Scratch Division today. In fact, I think it's one of the few times that we had more people in the Scratch Division than the Handicap Division. Guys like you, we had Mason Brantley who came out for the first time. I was actually very curious to see how Mason was going to do. And I think you and Craig and Brandon, we were all kind of watching, okay, what's Mason going to do? Because, I mean, Mason's known throughout Southeast Michigan as one of these amazing bowlers. And I was always curious what he would do when he got on one of our patterns. And he struggled, quite frankly. I was a little surprised. What about you?
He's up and down. He's great. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just sometimes he gets in the way of himself, I think. He's a great friend. Nothing against him. He gets in the way of himself sometimes.
So how did you stay focused, we had so few people that could make the cut. We had 22 people that were in the Scratch Division, if I'm not mistaken, 25, 26, something like that. And we take 1 out of 4. So that was one of the changes that we made, so we could make sure that everybody who made the cut at least got their entry. That's one of the major changes that we made this year. So prior to that, we used to guarantee the certain number of people that would make it to match play, but you didn't always cash. So knowing that we have fewer spots that we're going to cash, how did you keep focused so that you would make cut?
I just tried to make my spares. I knew last couple games I was going to have to strike because they were going to just get easier. You could see that from the start. They were going to get easier.
Now walk me through qualifying. How did your first game go? And then as you started transitioning from pair to pair, how did it go for you?
First game I shot 180, just switching up, and I went like 220, 20, 190. And last game I was going I was going 270 into the 90.
Wow.
And I went split for 2-0.
Okay.
And it almost cost me cut, but I barely made it by 5 minutes.
Yeah, the cut score, I want to give a shout out to Mike Magdalene. He was the high qualifier at plus 40, if I'm not mistaken. And the cut score was plus 18, which is normally unusual for the Scratch Division. It's normally negative. But again, to my Mason, he missed it by 2 pins. He came in 7. And we took 6 people to qualify, to match play, I should say. And I do want to say congratulations to Craig Knighter for who you bowled in the finals. All right, how did that match go?
It was close the whole way. I really didn't have a look. He got a couple bad breaks, and then he split in the 9th, and it was just over.
Yep. And then Brandon Dale and Mike Magdalene round out the qualifier. Who did you have in the semifinals?
I had Mike.
You had Mike.
Yeah.
And what happened in that match?
It was over in a hurry. He shot I think he had like 150 or something.
Yeah, he struggled. I think it was like a 167 or something like that he had. And any idea what was happening with him?
He was all over the lane, ball changing. He had no clue.
No clue. Yeah. He just seized it.
I had a good look at 230 game. That was a pair I had. I was in the 5th game. I was going 270.
Gotcha. So how does it feel? You got your second title, and I think you were telling me the last time you won a title, you beat Craig for it.
It's better being Craig.
And what's great about that is Craig won our Bowler of the Year last year. I mean, he was running away no matter what pattern we put out. He was just tearing them up. It would have been really interesting to see what would have happened last year if you had bowled in a few more tournaments, bowled against him in the finals, and see if Craig really had what it takes, or if you would have been Bowler of the Year. So you got a shot at Bowler of the Year this year.
I'm going to give him a run.
You going to keep coming back?
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot more, right? All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Hi, folks. I'm back here with Abed Daher, our Astro Lane Scratch Division champion with the American Masters Bowling Tour.
There you go, baby.
We were just talking off camera a few minutes ago. With all the experience that you've been gaining over the last couple of years, Michigan Majors, some of the other local tournaments and so forth, that the cut scores are just normally out of the just plus triple digits in some cases. and we had a double-digit cut score plus 18. So we give you a tough condition to bowl on. It's not a house shot. It's never a house shot. It can be tougher than some of the PGA shots, I think, depending on the pattern you put. But why did you come to a tournament like this when you could go to another tournament and get an easy shot? I mean, you have your choice, obviously.
I just don't like going to like tournaments like majors. You go out there and you average 225, you're no good. You got no chance.
Yeah.
You just got to average. You got to average 230 plus to even have an even fair chance.
Now let me, and I watched your game progress over the years, and again, because you're on Facebook, I kind of follow what you've been doing, and I see your scores. You know, you're always in the 200s, 220s, 230s kind of thing. Sometimes you have some bad days here and there, but how does it make you feel when you go to a tournament and you know you have a game? I mean, you have a very, very great, consistent, solid game, and you get there and you bowl great, and the scores are so high that you can't cash, you can't make the cut. How does it make you feel? And why don't you keep going back?
That's the only bad thing with the majors. I mean, you could throw a great and miss cut because anyone can go out there and just drop the ball up 10 and they're going to strike a ton.
Yeah.
It makes you not want to come back, but the only thing about majors is it's like the biggest prestige amateur tournament in Michigan.
Well, we're going to give them a run for their money,
yeah.
You know, because what we're trying to do here at the American Masters is really make bowling a truly competitive sport. Anybody can put out a house shot, call it a tournament, and give away some money. But we're really looking for that skill, that quality, to take it up a notch. And guys like you that keep coming back, and proving that you have what it takes to be an American Masters is what we want. We want you to make sure you get out there and you tell everybody if you really have a good game. And again, I love Mason. Don't. But I really wanted to see what he would do because I see him in the papers all the time. And everybody in Southeast Michigan knows Mason. But I was really curious how he would do on one of our patterns. And like I said, everybody has a good day and a bad day. But I was really curious. I want Mason to come back because I want him to be sitting in this chair one day, just like everybody else, because he really is a great bowler. But I really challenge those really competitive bowlers that bowl in tournaments like get to come out here sometime and say, hey, if you can do it on the American Masters, you really have a game. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about you. What do you do for a living? And
right now I'm just bowling, just trying to get by.
Okay.
Looking for a job. Nothing good.
Yeah. Married, kids?
No, single, no kids.
No kids that you know of. And how long have you been bowling? Which is an interesting question, actually.
About 8 years.
8 years.
Since I was like 12.
And I think the first time we talked, you had really only been bowling for about 2 years as an adult, if you will. Yeah. And just what your game has done over the past couple of years is absolutely incredible. All right. Well, let's talk about the balls that you were using during qualifying first.
Today, all day, I pretty much threw my Pluto and my Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of hooking inside, so I just stayed there, made it simple.
Okay.
And nothing else would work, everything hooked together.
How were you playing the lanes today? Were you playing outside? Did you play inside? Did you play extreme deep?
I was in a little bit, but not trying to throw it right. Just real tight line.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to grind. Nothing big. Just get away from the 150 games.
Yeah. Excellent. Now, I'm curious, do you have a coach? Has anybody been working with you to help you improve your game?
I've always, my uncle got me into bowling. He got me to averaging like 190, and that's what he averages. And after that, I just took it myself, and that's all I've been doing since.
Yeah. And you've come a long way doing it by yourself, man. Well, Abed, you came here to win a tournament. That's exactly what you did. And I've got a couple things for you, if I can reach over here and grab it. Okay. First thing I got for you is first place prize fund of $500. So congratulations. All right. And then you were smart enough to get in what we call the Eagle's Nest. And the Eagle's Nest is our version of a progressive jackpot. And the way it works is when you come to the tournament, you pay your normal entry fee to get into the tournament. You pay an additional fee to get into the Eagle's Nest. If you make it through qualifying, make it through match play, win the tournament, and sit in this chair, you get the Eagle's Nest. So got an additional 126 bucks. Folks, Mr. Abed Daher, our Lane 1, I believe it is, Scratch Division champion here at Astro Lanes. We're going to be back in 3 weeks at Taylor Lanes in Taylor, Michigan. So we hope to see all you competitive scratch bowlers down there because we got something for you. If you think you got the game, come out to the American Masters and prove it. I'm Preston Johnson. Take care. Bye-bye.